Hey squids, today, man, the day is like 70 degrees. It feels great, kind of windy. The DC area is bracing for this hurricane named Ian. You know, one of the issues with the Silverwing is that timing belts. This guy looks like he's a mess here. This Civic. I am profiling the living crap out of that car. It's already beat up. It's got the tinted windows. Anyway, one of the things that you need to look for with the Silverwings is the belts need to be changed every 17,000 miles. I think this one was changed because it's extremely smooth. And I think by 22,000 it would be a little bit rougher. But yeah, very smooth. So they say that, yeah, you should change it every 17,000 miles on the drive belt, because it would be horrible to be left stranded. But some people have their belts last like 40,000. Look at that guy on the three-wheeled contraption there. He's got saddlebags and everything. Today is a beautiful day to ride. It's getting chillier, but I kind of like it, you know. We're just going to do a loop around the Beltway because I'm commuting. You have to watch out for these sections right here. If you're on the right lane, there's an exit. You got to look for the cars on the left lanes, because often they'll miss the exit and they'll just make a right in front of you and collide with you. I've seen that happen even with motorcycles around this area. It's extremely dangerous, and I don't know if you realize it, but there's this very weird uptick in crime happening. And the weird thing is that cops are out, but they're all patrolling and giving tickets to semi-trucks for not having permits. I mean, they're really going after revenue instead of like keeping citizens safe. That's what they're doing. They're giving tickets for people turning right. I mean, it's just like really stupid things that I wish the police shouldn't be concentrating on. I want them to concentrate on just violent crime. Yeah, that should be their priority. The DC area is bracing for Hurricane Ian. Look how dark everything is. Oh, I smell weed. Oh, Nissan Altima with DC plates. Oh, somebody's smoking weed. I wonder if it's this guy. Let me tell you about the Honda Goldwing. I've been researching the first generation Goldwing. Hey, look at this car on the right. Douchebag. Douchebag is gonna cut everybody off. No, oh, he's actually going to turn right. Never mind, he's not a douchebag. My bad. The Goldwing, the GL stands for Grand Luxury, or Grand Lux. I think that's really there's other people that call it like Grand, there's like a different term, but it doesn't make much sense. The naming convention of Honda is kind of weird. You know, they have things that nobody really knows what it is, like the CRF. Like, what does that mean? And then they have XR. It's like, why XR? Okay, you know, but it's the same thing with Yamaha. It's like the XDZ. What does XDZ stand for? X is probably their off-road, T is for touring, and Z is for, I'm not sure. Maybe on-road? I don't know. Because they have models like XT 600, X off-road, T touring, or maybe T stands for 4-stroke. But anyway, the naming convention GL is Grand Tour, and I've been interested in the Goldwing because I'm interested in the Gl1000 and the Gl1100 and even the Gl1200. But I'm more interested in the original and the Gl1100. So the Gl1000 by Honda came into this world naked. It didn't come with fairings, and it's so strange to see a goldwing that's naked, that was born into this world naked. Because when you think of a goldwing, you think of a luxury ship. Like when I see goldwings, I'm like, oh, that's a comfortable bike, that's huge, I need a really big garage to store it. And I don't like sailing. You know, it looks like a boat, but it's a really comfortable boat. The Gl1000 is interesting because it's got a kickstart backup, and the tank is under the seat. Even though it looks like there's a gas tank in the front, that's not the gas tank. And it's got these two side compartments on the Gl1000 that you just kind of turn a knob and it opens up for you, and it reveals all the electronics in the Goldwing. And it's also got the filler cap, so the center of gravity on the Gl1000 is very low because it's a flat 6 engine. So even though it's a heavy bike, the Gl1000 weighs like 600 pounds. I think it's like 5 something, but it's a heavy torquer. But the center of gravity is down low, and Honda always does that with their bikes. ST1300, the NC700, everything, they do focus on engineering. But the Goldwing came into the world naked, and Honda tried to contract the Vetter company to make the windscreen for the Gl1000, and they said yes, but Craig Vetter had quite a bit to say. He actually wanted the Vetter fairing to be larger for the American market. And I have a conspiracy theory. I think apparently there was a fire in the Vetter assembly plant when they were putting together the molds for the fairing. So that's why the Gl1000s didn't come with the fairings. And I suspect that it was actually Vetter who set fire himself to the assembly thing. And the reason is he probably had a contract with Honda, and the contract was probably for decent money, but he realized that if he sold the fairing himself, he would make much more money. And I think a few years later they sold the Vetter company. So it kind of makes sense if I put my conspiracy hat on, that, and I love the Vetter stuff, and you know, it looks cool. Like when you look at a Vetter fairing, it looks pretty badass. But I suspect that this was an arson. I can't prove it, but there's not a lot of information from the Vetter fire, and it was just way too convenient. You know, the first year of the Gl1000, they raked in a lot of money from selling Vetter equipment because all the touring riders wanted it. So of all the Gl1000 that were sold, 88% bought fairings, and a lot of them were the Vetter fairings. So that's why I think there was a fire that was set. I'm not saying it was by Vetter. 1979 was the last year for the Gl1000, and it was a cool bike, you know, like shaft drive, very smooth. Even though the competitors at the time, I think it was the K1 or the Z1 from Kawasaki, and Suzuki had one, and they were faster, but the Honda, as per Honda reputation, they just made it more reliable, smoother. You could ride it at 100 miles an hour forever. And get this, the Gl1000, there's quite a few of them running around with 1 million miles. There's a guy that I saw that still has his original, and he's got 1.5 million. So that shows you the testament of reliability that these bikes have. The Gl1000 had also a little bit of an issue, is that if you left it on the kickstand for a while, oil would seep into the left side of the engine and it would smoke on startup for a few minutes. Here comes in the Gl1100 with a lot of the problems fixed. Displacement is up, but only 1 horsepower up from the competition. Oh no, we have traffic. So the GL1000 is cool. I think the first one had no fairing, but then Honda included the fairing with the bike. And you know, I do like the fairing, but I am enticed by the naked goldwing look. And I like stock bikes. I don't like it when they turn them into something that they're not, because they're like time capsules. You get a lot of people turning bikes into cafe racers. I'm like, you know, I like bikes just the way they are. You don't need to put in any lipstick for me. I just like them au natural. The 1100 had so many modifications and features that it was a much improved goldwing. So that might be the one to get if you really want a reliable bike, if you find something in the barn. Right now I'm looking at one from 1981 that's left in the bar. The guy wants $300, but it hasn't been even started since 2006. It cranked in 2006 when he got it, so that means that it wasn't running even before. That's a long time to run. That's the problem. You know, if it was like 5, 6, 7 years, maybe even 10 years, that would be good. But I don't want to be opening up an engine and checking the internals. But you know, with these Honda bikes, they're just built so well, and if they were stored in a humid-free place, a lot of the times they're okay. So the two goldwings that I like is the GL1000, GL1100, and I also like the GL1200. Hey, here comes a motorcycle on the left. It's a touring motorcycle. Hey buddy, I'm gonna wave at you. Alright buddy. Hey there. Look at this guy. After the GL1100 came the third version, which is the 1200. That's a very sought after version, because they made a special edition one that's gold, and I do like that one. But I've seen it, the cheapest I found was like $1,500 for a high mileage version. There's currently one with $2,500, and it's gold. I mean, I like the idea of having that goldwing. Can you imagine? You have a goldwing. You know what? I'm just going to exit here. It's ridiculous to be on the Beltway. It actually is moving okay. It's annoying. So the 1200 is very sought after, and look up goldwing anywhere and you'll see, I'm going to go to his Upper Marlboro, and you're going to see lots of bikes with high mileages. I mean, those 1200s, because of the comfort, they're full dressed touring machines. They're unbelievably reliable, and they're really sought after. The 1500cc Goldwing, I haven't really researched it as much. So I'm researching this for my Vehicle Hunter on YouTube channel. I'm doing like the history of the Goldwing, but I don't really know if I'm going to go past the 1100 or the 1200, because to me their best Goldwings are the 1000, 1100, 1200. So after the 1200, of course, came the 1500 Goldwing, and it's just got bigger. You know, it resembles a lot of the Goldwings that we see. Bigger is better, I guess, for touring. You know, it is nice that you have the flexibility of having this behemoth, and you're just riding around in sheer comfort. After the 1500 came the 1800, so everything just keeps getting bigger. I believe the Goldwing now is still at 1800. I'm glad they're not going with like the rocketry type of crazy displacement. And you know, I rode the new Goldwings in 2021, and I loved it. And that's really what kind of sparked up my interest back in Goldwings, because you know, I've always said that the Goldwing is the best bike for the obese, but the new Goldwing, it is like sorcery. I have no idea how they made that bike feel so light, but it's because of the flat 6 engine. So at some point, I think from the 1200 to 1500, they switched to a flat 6 instead of a flat 4. And it sounds much cooler, but I also don't think I need that. I don't need the extra weight, because by the 1980 something with the 1200, they were weighing like 700, 800 pounds. So at Meyer in PG County, they just called the bus. I like it. You know, call it what it is. Oh, this guy's going to run the red light. You see that Nissan? Yeah, I knew that guy was going to run the red light. Gather a history of the Goldwing, and I'm going to put it on my Vehicle Hunter YouTube channel. So if you're interested, you know, just tune in for that. I'm doing videos now that are more researched and longer. 200 behind me, who seems to be a super douche. And I told you, Chrysler 200s, you don't even have to think about, oh, is this guy a good person? Oh, look, 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 look. You see them? He's going to go and pass everybody. On the left lane, you see that? Watch. Watch. Look at this. I noticed that he was a douchebag. Chrysler 200. Let's see if this guy... Look, what? Turned green. Oh, he didn't take off fast enough, but he cut everybody off either way. See that? Look, all the ranting and raving for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and stay safe out there. Do not crash. Crashing is very bad. Bad. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.